Yo, good morning. What's cracking, y'all? What's good? Just wanted to touch bases. My new album is out. Weighing my options. 12th project. 4th album. Just want to touch bases, man, and just give y'all the blueprint of what everything and what happened and what went into this album. Why I named it. Weighing my options. Get into the titles, get into like the concepts, get into the idea, and just kind of like, just give y'all the blueprint of what helped create this process and what helped make this project, be what it is. Well, the concept itself kind of like came from, I'm a Libra, so everything is already on a scale. It's just ironic that it falls in the same month as being a Libra. Weighing my options is basically my name. It's just a play on words, and it kind of just came together like organically, man. Like really, I honestly just like wanted something fun. Something that wasn't too serious, something that wasn't too personal, but also giving them still myself. Giving them crazy like deliveries, different types of styles. Different concepts. I wanted to like gravitate more towards just the whole span of everything. I wanted to talk about struggle, but also rising above it, weighing your options. I wanted to talk about, love songs, the good and bad, the blurred lines. Sometimes your relationship is not as perfect as it should be. You're gonna go through some real shit. I wanted to have something for the females to dance to. People felt like I didn't do that enough, so I was weighing my options on that. And and then on top of that, like I dropped it on my birthday. So it's like everything just came together perfect for this project, man. People that sent in the voicemails, it was organic. It wasn't like something that was fake. Everything just felt perfect about this album, man. It just ran with it. What set this project aside from my other projects is just the cadences, the different styles, the different beats. I never rap like, the way I rapped on this album and other projects. It's a natural growth. Obviously, it's a natural growth that happens with being a musician, well, an artist. But this just happened like in such a way that I can't even explain how I did it. Some styles, it just organically happened, man. First song on the album, Tomorrow's Today, is basically like a contradiction, but it's kind of like another play on words. Tomorrow's today. If you think about it, tomorrow's today is actually today. It's actually the second part to the prequel. The last track on the prequel was called Yesterday's Tomorrow, which is like yesterday is tomorrow, so tomorrow's today. It kind of like just went and led in from there. Big shout out to Plymouth, Plymouth for doing that for me, having the outro for that. It led perfectly into this album. And basically, it's tomorrow's today. It's like, it's my birthday. So I released the album at 12 p.m., you know, uh, which was considered the day before actually my birthday. But it fell on my birthday at the same time. And, it kind of just like gives like the introduction to what, the album is going to be about. It gives you like the basis, give you a dope feeling about it. It gives you like the thesis of the type of styles of music I want to use. And then it's an intro track, so I wanted to come in with like a grand opening, something that's gonna catch people's attention, something that's gonna make people just bob their head, and then from there just run with that momentum. From track 1 all the way to track 13, I wanted to have the same momentum that you felt from the first track. I didn't want no low moments. I didn't want no moments where it took away from the music. I just really just wanted to have fun, and I think I captured that a whole lot on this album, a whole lot. The next song we got into was Trial and Error. And honestly, man, this was like my favorite, like back to back opening type of track. The energy was just crazy from the intro. And then I hit you with this one. The flow on this joint was just organic. It was dope. I really had to like do a couple punch ins when I was recording this joint. And it kind of like it just set the tempo even more, because you had a dope intro and then you had Trial and Error. Trial and Error, I just basically, just wanted to show flow, but at the same time talk about the trials and errors that we had to get through just to get to this point. Everybody's gonna go through ups and downs. Everybody's gonna have, lapses in their life in which that they fall short. And I think I just capitalized on them on this track. It was dope. The energy was crazy. I gave you both sides, and like this like one of my favorites, man. This like one of my favorite tracks on the album, for real, for real. Then we get into Overcoming. Overcoming was a personal. It's kind of like a follow up to Trial and Error. You know, it's like the second part of it. It's personal to me because a lot of bridges that was burnt. I talked about in there. You know, I lost my little brother around the time of making this song, so I talk about that. And then it's just like another good feel good song, you know, going through what we going through, overcoming those things. But before we can overcome something, we gotta go through it. So you know, I just give you both parts, you know, the good sides and the bad sides. There was times where, you know, I was down and I was out, you know, almost died twice, you know, vivid, you know, death is vivid. That was true. Like that's a true line. You know, I got into two crazy car accidents, you know, and I could have lost my life. And I'm just fortunate to overcome those things and honestly still to be here. So overcoming was a personal joy for so many different reasons besides just it being a dope song. Then we get into the song Schemes. I think Schemes is gonna be a track that a lot of people overlook. It's probably a little bit too much for them, but I talk about schemes and just overall people scheming their way to get the money, whether it's a male or female. People rappers scheming their ways to get, you know, the listens or to get the plays that they getting. And then I give you different rap schemes in terms of a whole as listening to the song. So schemes was just like a microcosm of just like three things into one. I just gave you different types of schemes and how people scheme and artists scheme their way to get to where they at. Then we get into the track Growth. Growth interlude, bruh. It's kind of self-explanatory. You know, the things I talk about. Growth as a man, you know, growth as a, you know, as a father, growth as you know, being an adult. Growth is just overall, but it's really not all about me. You know, it's about growth as a whole. You know, rather you in the music industry, rather you just a regular Joe, rather you know, in the gym working out, just growth. Growth as a whole, growth as becoming a better person, growth as, you know, maturing where you need to mature at, growth in learning mistakes, our mistakes and correcting them. You know, growth is just an overall situation, you know, in terms of just understanding what growth is. A lot of people don't know what growth is. They're so stuck in their ways that, you know, they get stuck in being who they are and never show growth. You can't change without growth. You can't change without growing. You cannot become grown without changing something about yourself. So, you know, I balance out things. I talk about a couple personal things, but nothing too crazy. It was overall just, you know, being growth, you know, being able to grow within, you know, the chaos and the madness, you know, being growth, you know, being growth meaning you be what it is that you want to become. Blurred lines, blurred lines. This is about that special somebody, you know what I mean, that you go through your issues with, go through your ups and downs with. But y'all just keep finding a way, despite the blurred lines, despite the issues that y'all go through, despite, you know, the problems that y'all face. You know, you always find a way to get through it. So blurred lines is a personal, you know, personal genre. Only she knows who's it about, but it's definitely a special song for that person. The next song we get into is Show Off. I gotta sit up for this one. Listen, I sent this track to like three, maybe four different artists, right? Three or four different artists. All of them said the song is okay, it's cool, it don't got hit potential. Yo, you don't tell me as an artist that something I take my pride, something I take my heart and put my motivation into and dedicate myself to, and tell me it's not good enough. No, I sent this beat to Mason. And he got back to me about a day and a half. It was perfect. The concept that I had in my head wasn't even created. He created the concept and I just ran with it. And you ever hear a song that you just know it's a hit? Yo, Show Off, I believe, got the potential to blow. The visual I'm going to do to it is going to be amazing, but this is a personal song, a personal vendetta against those people that's like, that doubted you. Yo, listen, away from just, talking about the album, the breakdown of the album, don't never let nobody tell you that something not gonna be a hit or try to turn you down and deprive you of your musical creativity. Man, F that. I felt strongly about this track, and that's why I said I made it personal to make sure that it was a track that everybody gonna gravitate to, because you said I couldn't. So show off. I literally showed off on this track. And this is definitely special for the ladies. The ladies gonna love it. It got a dope feeling to it. It's definitely something for the club, and this came together organically, and I'm just thankful for Mason putting his touch on it. He really killed this show. All my features did. Where are my options, man? This actually was like the pinnacle of the album. It's the title track. It basically like concludes, but also give you an idea of everything that took place, that was going on. It's the true definition of truly, balancing the scales in this track. A lot of hidden secrets I've talked about in this track. A lot of heartfelt situations that I went through, throughout the last couple of years, in creating this album. But more importantly, it's the microcosm of just like learning from your mistakes and fixing them. We all gotta weigh our options at one point in life. We all gotta, repent for our faults. We all gotta be forgiven for the things that we have did, and ask God for forgiveness in our sins. And I kind of like just put all of that on this track. I literally shedded tears writing this song. Each verse is really, really, really personal, with people that I've burned bridges with, people that I don't talk to no more. I just had to just leave it all on the track, and I truly weighed my options on this one. Another thing is, a lot of the people you see in that video, we weren't talking. We weren't even talking less than a year ago. A lot of the people that you see supporting me now, we didn't talk. We was basically beefing with each other. We didn't rock with each other. So to see those same people in that video come to support me the way they did shows a lot of growth, and that's what this album was about, man. It was just about love, finding a way to just get back to just good vibes and good energy and just being in a good space. I crossed a lot of people. I admit that I did things wrongly. I was young, I was dumb, I was immature, and I'm still growing. I'm still getting better. I'm still weighing my options. But to see people come together like we did for this project, and the way they support me, and the way they show their love, and the way that we can just tie the knot and fix things, I'm extremely thankful. So a lot of the people you see in that video, honestly, we wasn't even cool less than a year ago. The fact that we are now lets you know just how much love and how much growth can really go into something you put your heart into. Genuine love heals everything. Real shit. Oh my God. Prestigious Ways. Yo. First things first, when I did my album, man, I sent all my features, they beats first. So they had like the first green light to do whatever they want. Twiz did his verse. Yo. This track, we just we demolished it. But I heard this verse, man, honestly, I thought I was dead. I didn't know how I was gonna come back, but it came out perfect. I've known Twiz longer than 10 years, man. I'm talking middle school days. Always, always, always been a dope artist, man. And we just always wanted to work with each other. And it just felt right for this album. Prestigious Ways, we came up with the title and we just destroyed it. And Prestigious Ways is just about like, in everything that you do, you try to be prestigious. But sometimes, man, you gotta show people better than you can tell them. Sometimes you can't be humble all the time. Sometimes you gotta be a little cocky. You gotta show what you worth. You gotta show what you got. And that like symbolizes that on this track. It's a friend friendly track. We just throwing around bars, dope flows. He starts it off like the energy was just crazy, and we just came together perfectly on this track. Prestigious Ways is basically just like, yeah, you want to be prestigious in everything you do, but sometimes you gotta show off a little bit. At the beginning of the track, he says it. Fuck all that humble shit, man. We've been humble for too long. You know what I mean? So like, it just came together perfectly. Like, I'm happy we did this. This basically definitely was something dope for hip hop. And lyrically we just demolished it, man. Modus Operandi. A lot of people know that it's short for MO. So basically your MO, what you do, what you known for, you know, your trademark. And basically this was me just getting back to doing what I do best, you know, finding myself again. Man, I'm back on my shit, you know what I mean? So like, you know, just getting back to me, finding myself again. You know, it takes on a different type of energy. You know, talks about a couple of the things that I went through to get me back to where I'm at. But basically just getting back to me, man, back to my MO. People know me for music, so I got back to that. I'm back on my shit. Might as well say I'm back to option. Next song, I gotta lay down for this one. The next song is How Does It Feel? Once again, like I said, I always send my features. I ain't gonna say always, but most of the time I send my features out the beat first. And I basically like give them like the green light to do whatever it is that they feel like they want to do. And I just adjust to it. I'm really good at adapting to the songs. I'm really good at being featured. So this time I just took a different approach and said, you know, I'm gonna send these features out and let people, you know, give me the subject matter, give me the energy for this track. And sure enough, I sent it to James Allen and he sent back another dope verse, another dope artist overall, but just another crazy verse. He sent it back. His original name was How Do It Feel? I changed it to How Does It Feel? And we both just give two different stories of just two different crazy situations. You gotta listen to it. The beat is crazy. It's definitely hip hop. It talks about, you know, two different types of life. Like I said, weighing my options. It's funny how everything just fell into place, just like weighing our scales. He comes in, he talks about it, and I'm just like, yo, how am I come back after this? Like, everybody dropped their features. It is killing it. It's like, yo, how am I going to kill it? How am I going to do the same thing they did? And I just rose to the challenge every single time. He starts it off, you know, then I finish it off, and it's just a dope track. This definitely a track that I feel like people want to see a video to. So this definitely something we got to definitely get together and do a video to, because the energy on this track is just ridiculous. The second to last track is it's close to me. It's real close to me. It's called I'll Be Fine. I named it that because we'll all be fine no matter what we're going through. It's going to be some type of relief. You know, we all going to, you know, struggle. We all going to fall. We all going to, you know, go through things that maybe we don't feel as though we're going to make it through, but we'll be fine, you know. And I just basically let people know, like, you know, I'll be fine no matter what I'm going through. No matter whatever trials and tribulations that we go through, no matter what I've seen in life, no matter what battles I had to climb uphill on, I'll be fine. You know, losing my baby brother, losing my grandmom, you know, sometimes suffering with depression, sometimes feeling alone, sometimes not being myself, sometimes making mistakes that I know that I could be better at. I'll be fine. You know, as long as I put myself, you know, in a better position next time and learn from my mistakes. Nothing but progress can only fix those things. So I'll be fine. I know that for a fact. And then, you know, you got the outro, which basically just concludes everything. Puts everything, every title, how I played a major part, why every title that I picked was a title. You know, why I picked that title. You know, what was the reasoning behind it? What was the thought process behind the titles from track one all the way to the outro? So that's basically, you know, weighing my options, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the album. Keep streaming it. Keep listening to it. Keep passing the word. It was a fun album. It was amazing making. And I'm just thankful that y'all was a part of it. Everybody that contribute, whether it was a voicemail, whether it was, you know, a text message, whether it was just being there, just being, you know, being a part of the making it process. I'm thankful. So I want y'all to go enjoy it. Keep spreading the word. And I promise y'all, this won't be the last y'all hear from me. Or maybe it is. I'm still weighing my options, man.
Man, let them tell it you'll never be great. Man, let them tell it they been loyal, ain't never been fake. Man, let them tell it they ain't jealous, just watching your cake. Just hoping they can get a taste, get a slice when they play. Take the highest of stakes, people they die every day. Man, ain't no telling when it's time, take some time out to pray. Should let them tell it, they just tell it, then lie in your face. How we supposed to make time, ain't enough in a day.